Hello, love. In today's session, we're going to be exploring what quantum human design is, and we'll cover what it's not. And I will also share with you the intention of this channel. My name is Cass, and I love ASMR and quantum human design. And blending the two together is how this space was birthed. So whether you like one or the other, I hope you will come to love the blend of them both. Everything is energy, and energy is everything, which means these transmissions transcend time and space. And the energy work that we do here is always for your highest good, and it knows where it needs to go. We'll go deeper into the intention of these sessions in just a bit, but I do want to mention that in general or overall, these sessions are all energy work being conducted to clear and cleanse your auric bodies and to bring you into a state of heart coherence, which is where your mind, your emotions, your physical systems, and your heart come into a harmonious alignment, which then not only increases your vibrational frequency, but it enables all parts of you to expand, and according to heart math, that personal coherence spills over into social coherence and ultimately into global coherence. So I'm first going to share with you the tools that we'll be using throughout today's session, in addition to some of our standards like our candle, incense, our chart board. And the tools we use are always for the purpose of assisting and amplifying the energy work that we're doing here. We're going to use our protection spray from the Potion Lady to cover you and our space in a solid shield of impenetrable protection so that you can allow yourself to start to surrender and open to new possibilities. We'll be bringing in the energy of Angelite today to bring the guidance of your angels, guides, or other spirit allies. This stone creates this point of connection to receive love and guidance from the higher realms, and helps you to be more compassionate and accepting of things that we seemingly can't change. It transmutes pain and disorder into wholeness and healing, and it brings peace and tranquility. So we'll be using this as well. And we also have an essential oil blend called Relax. this oil is a blend of lavender, green mandarin, sweet marjoram, patchouli, and Roman chamomile. And then we'll also have our rose quartz tower. That's the stone of unconditional love, infinite peace. And we're going to be taking this rose quartz tower point, and we're going to use it to carve out new neural pathways of possibility into your consciousness. Okay? Sound good? Good. A human design chart shows us a map or a schematic of how we are wired as humans. It shows us how we use energy, how we express it, and how we take it in. It shows us all of the archetypes of our human experience. So everything that is in your chart represents an archetypal theme, an energy that you can express in an infinite number of ways. The expression of each element in your chart is operating on a spectrum or this sliding scale. It has a high end and a low end, and all the space between the high end and the low end. And archetypes are neutral. It's our conditioning and our lived experiences, the stories that we hold, that gives meaning to words. You can receive something for yourself or even someone that you know or love from these sessions, no matter whose chart we're looking at or discussing. I do want to make very clear that we are not our chart. It is not the truth of who we are. The chart shows us how we use energy, how to make decisions in the way that is most aligned with our energy dynamic. It gives us language and insight into the character and the role that we are here playing in this lifetime. It shows us what lessons we're here to learn and what challenges we may face. It shows us what themes and patterns are playing out. And it reminds us of the choices that we have to shift our perspective about them. It doesn't answer everything, and it doesn't tell the whole story. Nothing does. So please don't use it, or anything else for that matter, as a labeling system or just another tool that tries to put you in a box. It's a great tool, but it's not the only tool. And it's not going to resonate for everyone. Human design found me in 2018 when I had already done a ton of clearing, heart healing, and deconditioning in my life. So the traditional language of human design never resonated with me. But then I came across Karen Curry Parker, who is the OG of HD, and saw she created quantum human design, which is a more empowering, higher frequency language, and it all completely resonated. I also loved Karen's very simple and clear teaching style with a modality that has many, 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 many layers. So to put it very plainly, the difference between traditional human design and quantum human design is the language. Words are important. They are spells. They carry energy that has the power to influence and change our DNA. So the words we choose to use matter. This is jasmine and sage, by the way. One of my favorite quotes from Karen. It says, "Words create. Words allow for unity. They transmit. They are the interface between the divine and the human. Words are power. They translate the infinite to the finite. Words are code for a story. Words carry frequencies of energy, and our DNA responds to that language." There are many tools and modalities that we have access to assist or support us in seeing and understanding ourselves more clearly. Why we are the way we are, why we do the things we do. And one of my favorites is quantum human design. Quantum human design is a synthesis of Eastern and Western astrology, the Chinese I Ching, the Judaic Kabbalah, the Hindu chakra system, and quantum physics. And by using your birth date and time and place, a chart is generated. That looks like this. energy types, 5 authorities, 9 energy centers, 12 profiles, 64 gates, 36 channels, 3 main circuits, 7 sub-circuits, 192 basic incarnation crosses with multiple variations, and 14 planets. Like I mentioned earlier, there's many layers. It's important to note and remember that the chart does not show race or gender or religion. The chart is not a predictive tool. It's not a diagnostic tool. The chart does not show us causations, the things going on in our life or diagnoses related to health, but it does show us correlations. We all have all of the chart. Just like we have all of the human genome. We just express it differently based on our own unique configurations and conditioning. It's common to see through a filter of conditioning and our lived experiences, which can hinder our vision, preventing us from seeing ourselves and seeing each other and the world clearly from a place of truth. You can think of conditioning like trying to look into a mirror and trying to see yourself, but it's been completely covered and dried up in thick mud and dirt, which means we all see differently, even though we're not separate. We all beat with the same cosmic heart to a tune called collective consciousness. And we all have our own unique way of seeing and being. So just if you want to get a look at this picture, this is from Karen Curry Parker's, one of her images, just depicting some of the elements that are in the chart that we mentioned. Centers, all the numbers or gates which get activated by the planets, and some gates are activated, some are open. At the end of every channel, you have 2 gates connecting at the end of that channel, and if they're both colored in, then it colors in that center at the end as well. Okay, the chartboard will be back shortly. So, by the time I'm at my chart, I came to realize that learning what it all meant for me really came down to 6 things. So 1, the first thing was that it confirmed what I already knew, sensed, and felt about myself, but I didn't quite have the words for. And 2, it gave me full permission and confidence to really step into my truth. And three. It gave me a deeper understanding into why I am the way that I am, why I feel the way that I feel. And not to be used as an excuse, but in a total awareness and acceptance way of not trying to fit into other people's molds or meet their unrealistic expectations of me when it comes to being out of alignment with my truth and authentic expression. And number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It confirmed the themes I noticed playing out in my life. And 5. Number 5. It enabled me to not take things so personally because I realize everything is just energy, and a ton of us have a lot of unmet energy needs. And last but not least, number 6. Number 6. It deepened my grace, patience, compassion, and ultimately love for myself and others. This is one of Karen's examples she uses when she teaches. That makes it easy to remember that you are light, and if you think of a diamond, or you see a diamond, you know that the true beauty of a diamond, especially a real diamond, is how the light reflects through it. In these sessions, we're going to be focusing on a specific part or an element in the chart, which is fine to do if you remember that your energy dynamic is not just a part or a piece, it's a sum total of the whole. Meaning it's okay to learn or to focus on a piece or a part, especially for sessions like these, to pull out a couple of themes and focus on a specific area. But what needs to be remembered is if you're looking for answers or understanding in a full picture kind of way, it's always about synthesis of the whole and looking at a chart in its entirety. And that's when you'd actually go get a reading done by a certified specialist who offers those types of readings and services. Which, if that is something you feel led to experience, you can let me know in the comments, and I'd be happy to share a few I personally recommend from my own experience with them, because even though I am a certified specialist, I no longer do those types of chart readings. So in quantum human design, the character I'm here as is a 2-4 time bender. 2-4 is the responder stabilizer in quantum human design, with emotional authority or creative authority in quantum human design. And although you may come to understand certain aspects and elements of your chart from these sessions, my intention is not to teach you human design. If you would actually like to learn QHD for yourself in a clear, organized, beginning to end kind of way, then I recommend that you learn from my teacher, the OG and creator of QHD, Karen Curry Parker. She has this introductory book called Introduction to Quantum Human Design. So she, like I said, she has this introductory book. And a general course called Introduction to Quantum Human Design. And I can link that in the description. And if you want to go all in and learning this modality in true depth, learning how to read charts, turning it into a business or adding readings to your existing business or coaching practice, then she has an actual 4-level QHD certification training that I'll link in the description as well. Here is another great resource that goes into all of the elements in the chart. The Encyclopedia of Quantum Human Design. We all have all of the chart depending on whether or not an element is defined or activated or colored in versus undefined or open or white, determines how you experience this energetic theme. But we all experience all of it in one way, shape, or form. You don't need to know what human design is to get something out of these sessions, because the chart shows us all of the archetypes and energetic themes that we experience as human beings. So there's nothing in the chart that you won't understand or relate to. We all have either gone through or are currently going through similar situations and challenges and experiences. The details may vary, but the feelings, the emotions that are felt as an effect are the same. We all experience the same human emotions and archetypes. We are truly no different from each other at our core. And ultimately, what one human is experiencing is collectively felt by all. That's why what we do for ourselves is not mutually exclusive. When we heal ourselves, we heal each other and heal the world. As we start to wind down this session, I want to share with you my intention for creating this sacred and safe space for you. This container that we are in together right now, right here, which is threefold. 1, 2, 3. Intention number 1 was to create a brief moment in time you get to take for yourself to nourish, replenish, and nurture yourself, where you get to receive one-on-one personal attention and be reminded of who and what you truly are. To create a space for you to feel that the true you, which is a divine being in manifested form, which is light, which is love, which is the universe wrapped in skin, is truly cherished and fully seen, heard, loved, accepted, safe, and supported, where there are no expectations of you. Nothing is needed from you here. There is no pressure, no stress, no judgment, no projections here. To be reminded of the truth of who you are and have it be reflected back to you when you forget, because we always do, as life is a constant cycle of forgetting and remembering and forgetting only to remember and then forget again. In this space, you get to be seen for who you are, loved and cared for. And if you find yourself not being able to receive or believe some of the things that we speak about here together, that's okay. Because you just being here, just showing up here, is just enough of an opening, just enough of a crack that will continue to open and expand each time you show up. Intention number 2 is for you to leave the day behind. Relax, relax, relax. Unwind, de-stress and decompress. Or drift off to a deeply restorative and sound sleep with soft-spoken truths. A space for you to slow down, to come back to bring awareness to your breath. To slow the noisy and busy mind and to put all the to-dos and the have-tos on pause. It's a space to activate deep relaxation by calming and recalibrating your nervous system. intention number 3 is to serve you by showing up in the fullest expression of who I am, to use my voice and share what I see through the lens of quantum human design and or through my other sites in order to support you in navigating the role and character you are here playing by clearing, conditioning, limiting beliefs, healing wounds, exploring and unwinding false narratives, offering another perspective and practical steps or tools to rewrite your story, to create the life that you desire, and be affirmed and confirmed in your journey through this connection and community. And again, all of this is done energetically. So there is nothing that you actually have to do except show up. Be here. Allow yourself to be open to receive and believe beyond the known. I know this space will not be for everyone, but if you feel like you found something you weren't even looking for or that you didn't even know you needed, I believe it was divinely appointed, and I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for you being here. I don't claim to know it all, understand it all, or have all the answers. I'm a human here, learning, growing, and evolving just like you. And in that, you are never, ever alone. The energetic transmission that flows through me to you is of the Most High for your healing, growth, empowerment, and evolution. It's of the highest frequency, emitted only for your greatest good and highest timeline. As we wrap up, I'm going to read another quote from Karen Curry Parker, just to solidify everything we talked about today. To wrap that up, I think this says it perfectly. She says, "You are not your chart. You are not your chart. Your chart is a configuration for how you use energy. What you are is an infinitely creative, wildly expansive, unlimited potential-filled expression of consciousness that's living through the expression of a chart. And ultimately, that chart has the capacity to carry and hold and emanate the full spectrum of light at its highest capacity. And that is ultimately transcending the chart. But the way that you transcend the chart is you have to understand it. And you have to find ways to consciously live out the highest elements of it, including the openness and the definition. And that is what we're doing together in these sessions. Okay, love. You are all set to either continue on with your day or sink into a deep sleep to wake up tomorrow renewed, refreshed, and renowned. I look forward to our next session together. May you remember, you are loved, you are light, you